Hey everyone, welcome back to Ancestry Lands, your one-stop channel for land ownership, preparedness, motivation, and maybe even the occasional chuckle. Because hey, what's life without a little laughter, right? Today, we're tackling a super important topic: food storage for your emergency stockpile. Stick around, because you're about to learn how to turn your food stockpile from a disaster waiting to happen into a fortress of delicious preparedness. Picture this. You've spent weeks, maybe months, stockpiling food. You're feeling like the preparedness champ. But when the time comes to use it, surprise. Everything's spoiled, crawling with critters, or just plain gross. Congrats, your meticulously planned strategy just became the world's saddest buffet. Pause, shake head dramatically. Let's not let that happen. Today, we're diving into the biggest food stockpile mistakes and how to fix them, with a special focus on the sneakiest saboteur of them all: improper storage. Let's get to it. When it comes to food storage, improper conditions are like that one bad roommate in college. Silent, but destructive. They're the reason your emergency food supply could go from survival ready to survival regret. Pretend to whisper conspiratorially. But what's the secret to getting storage right? I'm so glad you asked. It's all about controlling the environment. Temperature, humidity, light, and oxygen are the fantastic four of food preservation. Only these heroes won't save you unless you save them first. Here's a quick cheat sheet for some common stockpile items. But since I know tables are about as exciting as watching paint dry, let's spice it up, shall we? Wheat berries. Ideal temp 40 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity under 10%. They'll last you up to 30 years, longer than your favorite sitcom reruns. White rice. Cool, dry, dark, and low oxygen are the keys here. This little carb machine can outlast your New Year's resolutions. Dried beans. 10 to 30 years if stored properly. But older beans might take so long to cook you'll feel like you're aging alongside them. Honey. Indefinite shelf life. This sweet golden nectar is basically the Highlander of foods. Immortal and delicious. Pro tip: invest in a hygrometer. Think of it as a babysitter for your stockpile's humidity levels. Aim for a humidity below 15% for most dry goods, because nobody wants a damp apocalypse. Now let's talk about some other stockpile sins. These are like the villains in a soap opera: predictable, avoidable, and super dramatic. Relying on one type of food? Bad idea. It's like eating pizza for every meal. Wait, scratch that. Pizza might actually work. But seriously, diversify your stockpile to avoid nutritional deficiencies and food fatigue. Admit it. Some of you are guilty of the store it and forget it mentality. Don't worry, you're not alone. But let me tell you, old cans of soup don't age like fine wine. Use the FIFO method. First in, first out. Label your stuff and rotate it, folks. It's not rocket science, it's pantry science. Original packaging isn't just pretty, it's functional. And repackaging in non-food grade containers? That's like putting a Ferrari engine in a cardboard box. Spoiler alert, it won't end well. Pests love stockpiles. They're like uninvited party guests, eating everything and leaving a mess. So, use pest-proof containers and maybe even sprinkle some bay leaves around. Rodents hate those. Who knew mice had culinary opinions? Let's wrap up with some golden rules for building a resilient stockpile. Begin with a 2-week supply and grow gradually. It's like dating your food stockpile. Take it slow, get to know what works. Don't stockpile weird astronaut food unless you really love it. Pro tip: create a stockpile cookbook with recipes using only stored items. Who knows, you might discover a new family favorite. Canning, freeze-drying, dehydrating. These skills are your stockpile's best friends. Plus, they make you sound super impressive at parties. Oh, you can knit? That's cute. I can preserve vegetables for 5 years. Boom. Don't forget tools like manual can openers and water filters. Because let's be honest, no one wants to wrestle a can of beans open with a rock. So there you have it. With proper storage and a little planning, your food stockpile can go from flop to fantastic. Avoid the mistakes we talked about today, and you'll be ready for anything life throws at you. Well, almost anything. If an asteroid hits, all bets are off. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who could use a little food storage wisdom. And as we always say here on Ancestry Lands, you either own property or you'll be owned as property. See you next time.